In a time where university dropout rates are higher than ever before and the influx of the younger generations creating their own companies, there's no time like the present to become a successful entrepreneur. The only thing that could hold us back, despite hours of work and dedication, is generating your first sale. In order to do this and grow your company, the most important thing is to generate interest or qualified leads, if you may. Even the biggest companies out there struggle to do this effectively and spend millions of pounds trying to create effective marketing solutions. So, you've already decided you want to have a go at being an entrepreneur. Well done! You've just done the first step, and I genuinely mean this because that's what 99% of people will never do in their lifetimes. You might have an idea, for example, creating a social media agency, but despite all of the man hours creating a flashy website, you're about to encounter the biggest challenge which millions of businesses face, which is generating leads. I remember my first company that I started a few months after dropping out of university. I spent hours making sure the client journey was perfect, and when I was ready, I realised shortly that the biggest challenge was in fact finding my first paying customer. Thousands of pounds later, along with tearing my own hair out, I realised that I needed to be smarter with the marketing. This is when I came across the method I'm about to show you, which made me tens of thousands of pounds last year without spending a single penny on ad spend. The best part, you might ask, it was all automated, meaning that I would come into the office on a morning and I'd have a full schedule of booked calls ready for the day without me having to lift a finger. In this video, I will not only cover the basics of growing a company, but I will show you exactly how I did it, which made me generate 90% of all the sales I made last year. The best part, you might ask, it's all free. In this video, you're going to learn how to generate a full inbox of leads overnight by using a system that I've mastered over the past year. This video will be split up into 8 parts, and you can see the bookmarks, so if you're already ahead, skip to the relevant step you're working on. For most people, I would recommend just watching the whole video. Keep in mind this video is meant for B2B companies, which are businesses designed to sell to other businesses. This, in my opinion, are the easiest types of companies, as businesses already have a budget in mind for hundreds of different sectors. Before I get started, as a side note, I sell everything I'm about to show you for £149 a month. If you find it interesting but don't have the time to do it yourself, send me an email at oliver@funnelmasters.io and I'll get back to you. Now, on with the video. The first step is downloading Linked Helper. Linked Helper is the automation tool that we will be using, as it has generated me all of the leads that I've gained this past year. I've left my referral link in the description, so you can go to their website and download their software. Once you've downloaded Linked Helper, sign into your account that you've just made before the download and purchase a Pro license. I'd recommend going for the Pro membership, which is about $45 a month. However, if you don't want to pay for it, you can always refer a friend. You can do this by clicking on the Get a Free License button and sending them your referral link. This will get you a free Pro license if they purchase using your referral link. Create a LinkedIn account if you don't already have one and link it with Linked Helper by clicking on the Add Account button on the Accounts page. Remember to assign the license you've just purchased by going to the License section and assigning your account. Once you've done that, open Linked Helper and you should see your console window. This will look like a small browser. So, the second step, identifying your target audience. Put Linked Helper to a side for a second and think about what your target audience is. Who are you wanting to target? A target audience are the people who will find your product the most useful. For example, my target audience for one of my companies is marketing agencies. If you don't know your target audience yet, try a few first before finding what works best for you. If you're starting a software company, owners of digital products might be your best bet. The third step is finding relevant group. Once you know your target audience, you need to find a group based on it. We will be sending messages automatically to people within the groups, so finding a relevant group is essential. There are hundreds of groups on LinkedIn with all different themes, like an AI group or a software development group for an example. Once you've found your group, request to join it. Sometimes you can instantly get in, and other times you have to wait until you get accepted. This could take anywhere from a couple hours to a few days. Now you're in a few groups, it's time to set up your messaging sequence. Click Create a Campaign on the left-hand side and name it whatever you like. For this example, I'm just going to name it Test. Then what you want to do is select Empty Campaign on the right-hand side. Find the Message to Group sequence and add it in. Now you can think about the message you want to send to people. The fifth step is creating an initial message. Creating a good message is essential, and it could be the difference of a sale and someone reporting you for spam. Because this is important to get right, I've created 8 templates on a sheet in the description below. You can get this by signing up with your email in the description. I would recommend everyone do this, as the templates I've made have been tried and tested for the past year. In your initial message, you want to have a call to action technique. Your call to action could be anything from asking the person if they want to receive some more information, to asking them if they want to go on a call with you. Remember, it's important to ask them something, as it encourages them to respond. Personally, I put my Calendly link at the bottom of my first message, so if they find it interesting, they can click on it and book a call with me directly. I would suggest everyone does something like this to keep it simple. Once you've created your initial message, paste it into the message box. Remember, you can select presets for things like names and titles to make it more personalised. The sixth step is to find people to send them an initial message to. You want to be targeting people in companies who can make a decision without having to ask their boss. So for this, I'd recommend you purchase a LinkedIn Sales Navigator license. You can do this by clicking on the link in the description and getting your first free month of Sales Navigator. This step is crucial, as if it's not done, you'll be messaging anyone in the group despite them not being a decision maker, which makes your message not as relevant. This also means it's not really hitting your target audience as well as it could. Once you've bought or claimed Sales Navigator, go to the top and click the SN button. This will redirect you to the Sales Navigator section where you can collect your audience. Click the Lead Filters button and go to Groups. Then you want to type the name of the group you've joined. Remember, you have to be in the group for it to work, so you can only put one group in at a time, or this won't work. There are a few filters that you can have a play around with, but the main filters I use are the demographics section and the current job title section. For this example, I want to target decision makers in the UK, so I'll select United Kingdom underneath the demographic tab and type in a few decision maker titles, such as owners or CEOs. Once you've done this, you can check the top to see how many results are in your search. You want around 1,000 plus, as if it's under, you'll have to just do this search thing again in a couple weeks. Once you've got 1,000 plus contacts in your search, start collecting them by clicking the spotty funnel icon by the side of the Q button. Leave this to collect for around 5 minutes until they've all been collected. Keep in mind it can only collect up to 3,000 contacts at a time, so don't be surprised if it stops once it's reached the limit. Once you've collected all of the contacts, this is the most important step. Go back to LinkedIn by clicking on the LI button in the top right and go to the group that you've just collected from. In the URL, there'll be some numbers. Copy those numbers and click onto the Q button on the left. Go to the workflow and click the Q button above the Message to Group Members Sequence tab. You need to select all of the people you've just collected and go to the 2 arrows. Paste the numbers that you've copied from the URL into here. This step is crucial, as if it's not done properly, Linked Helper won't be able to know which group you're wanting to send the messages to. Now, the 7th step is starting the sequence. Now you've collected your target demographic, you can now start the sequence. Make sure to go to Linked Helper and click on the little pencil icon next to the amount of actions left. Set this low at the start, around 20 messages a day, and with time slowly increase the limit so LinkedIn doesn't catch on you're automating this. You can now click the Start Campaign button. The messages will now send out, and now you can play the waiting game. I've had loads of accounts banned because I didn't do this, so make sure that you're not making the same mistake I did and send thousands all at once. The most you want to be doing in a day is about 150, but like I said, keep it small. This, for the most part, is now finished. You can go about your day and leave this in the background and just check replies every hour or so. Now, the 8th step is an optional one on how you can take this basic concept further by automating things with Zapier, sending all responses to a Google Sheets link or CRM, and even scaling it over 10 plus accounts, each sending 150 messages a day. I wouldn't recommend this if you're just getting started, but it's there for anyone who wants to take this a little step further. I hope this video has shown you exactly how I generate leads. I didn't want to gatekeep this, because if I had this information a year ago, I'd have had a head start to the competition. If you enjoyed this video, liking and subscribing would be a huge favour, as it shows me that it's helping you all. I'll see you all next time, but for now, good luck generating some clients.